Hello everyone, and welcome to another Monster Hunter World video. This is Thegameconomist, and today I'm using a light bowgun against arch-tempered Xeno'jiiva. I saw a lot of discussion online about what the best setup. I think arch-tempered Xeno'jiiva is difficult enough that you're not going to get by on a mediocre build. You really have to have a decent build in order to beat him. And in this case, what you're missing out on in this fight, by the way, you can see all the good damage I'm dealing. Like, check that out. That's a ton of damage. Okay, that's great damage. What you're not seeing is that I already killed myself twice on purpose to get Fortify to proc twice. I figured you guys have seen that enough times, you don't need to see it again. It's pretty boring, actually. I just run forward and die. Well, actually, what I was doing was I was putting down barrel bombs, and I was putting down all of my special ammo, the Wyvern Blast. I was putting all of that down and then letting him kill me right after I was done. And so at the point of the video that we are now, I've already totally buffed the hell out of myself. And I've got my setup, my build, which you'll be able to see the build at the end of the video. And you can see all I'm doing here is making careful use of my mantles and pretty much keeping my distance away from arch-tempered Xeno'jiiva. I've really found some spots that I like to shoot him. Note, if you pay attention to where I'm shooting him, these are my favorite spots. I like to, similar to the Pierce ammo, when he gets knocked over, if I'm not shooting him down his head, I like to shoot him through both of his arms. You can actually get the bullet to travel through both his arms. And in this case, I'm using water ammo. You can use any of the elemental ammo types because they all have the same damage effect on arch-tempered Xeno'jiiva. At least I assume they do. I didn't actually test that, but the Hunter's Notes claims that they do. I used water just because I have a lot of water ammo sitting around. With the thunder ammo, I'm always short on that because of Kolv Roth. So yeah, I'm using the water ammo in this case. For the bowgun choice, I actually tried a number of light bowguns that have more damage per shot than the Empress shell sticks. However, you just can't beat the free spare shot that Empress shell sticks gets. So if you're trying to optimize your damage, once again, Empress shell sticks is going to be on the top of the list. So now it's good for Kolv Roth, and it's good for arch-tempered Xeno'jiiva. So many names to remember, right? I also did try Pierce ammo. I thought that the Pierce ammo was alright. The problem that I was seeing is that without the rapid fire bonus to the piercing ammo on the light bowguns, I didn't really see a reason to use it. Like, I'm already pretty familiar with the heavy bowguns. I'm really familiar. They're my most played weapon. So it's like, it was basically like deciding to play with worse piercing ammo if you're going to play light bowgun. And then when I tried the elemental ammo, it was just so much better. It just dealt more damage, and that's what everybody's interested in, right? So this is, of course, a elemental ammo build. And yeah, I'm using exactly the same strategy you would use if you were using Pierce ammo. You can see me dodging his beam move there. He has a big tail to it. Notice kind of the place I aim is the underneath of his chest. That's my favorite spot. No matter what angle you're shooting that point on his body from, it's highly likely that you're going to get multiple procs per hit if you're shooting the bottom of his upper chest. So I just aim for that spot over and over. Now that he's enraged, and I'm taking damage. So notice, because I don't want to lose, I have my Farcaster ready. You can see that in my items in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. But I have knocked him over here, so I'm just going to keep shooting him. Notice I have my fire mantle, and really an important key skill here is that I'm not taking any risks. I don't see a reason to. And, okay, I'm about to die. I'm going to Farcast right out of the match. No risks. Farcast got me out. And now that I'm back in camp, I'll just bring out a different mantle. It's almost like cheesing him, isn't it? Alright. Notice I'm resetting my buffs. And now I'm putting on the temporal mantle. And there we are. See, I'm staying in control of the fight the whole time. It makes everything so much easier. Oh, there was no reason for me to put down that Wyvern Blast right there. He immediately shot it. I guess I'm just trying to get them down so they're on recharge. Alright, he's back on the ground. And once again, all I have to do is shoot him in that bottom part of his upper chest. It's really a nice spot to aim for. I'm not too worried about his eruptions here. Temporal Mantle's just going to flip for me like that. And here I am back to dealing damage. Notice once again, I'm trying to get the best angle so that my bullet goes through as much of his body as possible. Also notice most of his body is a weak spot, so I prioritized the weakness exploit skill. Normally when you have a piercing ammo, you prioritize maximum might. Here's an extra tip, since some of you will actually go out and try to do this build. When he's in his non-powered up form, like what we have right here, notice you're really not doing that much damage at this point. So one of the strategies I was using is I spam my Wyvern Blast at this point, as well as Mega Barrel Bombs. You can bring all the crafting ingredients, you can set up your radial menu, and you can just put barrel bombs down over and over again along with your Wyvern Blast. And I feel like it really moves things along in this phase of the fight when he's not powered up and you're not getting the really good damage. Otherwise, use exactly the same strategy you use when he's powered up. Just aim for the same spot. I keep talking about it. It's the lower part of his upper chest. It's like the underbelly of his upper chest. Okay, you can see I'm close to death there. I'm getting the max potion out. If you really think about it, if I did not have Fortitude, probably would have died right there, right? So Fortitude really coming in handy, making this fight a lot easier. I've also gotten much better at recognizing his attack pattern. Most of his attacks are very high damage, but they're also pretty slow, so you get a lot of time to react to them. Here he is, just shooting his beams over and over again. Yeah, the better you learn his moves, you also get better at punishing those moves. So if you're finding that Arch-Tempered Xeno'jiiva is really difficult, the truth is you just have to go out and practice. There's no real easy way around that. Like, you might try the build that I have on screen right now and still struggle with them, even though I'm making it look easy. And it really just comes down to actually playing against him a lot. I've already played against him a lot, and so the match has gotten much easier just because I understand him better. There I am, putting down a Wyvern Blast. I thought that beam was going to touch me. And I would have lived through the beam if it had, because I have Fortitude procced twice. Notice, once again, I'm aiming at the same spot on his body. It's going to go through both of his elbows. It's really nice. I've heard people say that you should shoot through his wings, but I don't really agree with that. Okay, and here we go. He's in his enraged, powered up mode, where he takes a ton of damage. And once again, I'm far casting out. You can see I took a lot of damage. I just had a little chunk of health left. And once again, I gotta say, the reason I survived is because of Fortitude. So for a lot of you, that would have been a death right there. But for me, because I'm playing solo, and because I set up Fortitude and my buffs and my canteen meal, I survived it. You know, little numbers like that matter. He's in the air. We're gonna get lots of damage on him. Alright, this is the other position I like to shoot when he's been knocked over. That's the other position I like to use. So all the way down the length of his body or across his arms. Either way, you're going to get tons of damage. He's real close now, you can tell. And this is really essential to being able to defeat Arch-Tempered Xeno'jiivas. When he's in this powered up mode, if you can kind of consistently knock him out of it, knock him over I should say, then the fight becomes so much more easy. And this is for people who are kind of doing some theory crafting about what build they want to use. This is really key to beating him. Being able to knock him over consistently while he's in this mode. Like, you'll look at my health bar. My health bar is large, meaning I did go for a little bit of defense, right? But more importantly, I'm able to knock him over when he's in his powered up state. And this means he's not using his most powerful moves on me. So it's kind of like just another case in Monster Hunter World where high offense pretty much is defense, right? Good offense is good defense. And there he goes. It was a pretty good run. You'll see us at 12 minutes. You know, I could have actually built... Oh, okay, here we go. We're jumping over to my build, actually. I could have actually finished off Agitator. I had that in a previous version of the build, but I changed it for you guys to have Vitality instead. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could max out Agitator by just changing out charms, okay? Take the Agitator charm, you can get rank 5 or level 5 Agitator. But in this case, I went Vitality for my viewers, because if you're having trouble with him, Vitality is a key defensive skill, and it pairs very well with Fortitude. Alright, well, that's everything I have to say. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.